This video is to show how to create footnote style references using Word on a Windows computer. The first thing you need to do is locate the References tab up the top here, and I'd like you to change the style to Chicago. So the style simply refers to the way that references will be formatted as they appear in your bibliography and in your footnotes. For footnote style referencing, I would like you to choose Chicago. The next thing I want you to click on is Manage Sources, and the box that pops up there, the Source Manager box, is where you're going to be able to have an overview of all of your references. We're going to click on New to create a new reference, and you can see here that you can choose your type of source. It defaults to book, but if I press the down arrow, I have lots and lots of different options. I'm going to go with website today, and you can see it's actually expanded the boxes there for me. And by the magic of movie editing, I now have those boxes filled in. The first thing to note is I don't have a person's name as my author. Because it's not a person's name, I need to tick on corporate author, and that's essentially saying a company name or website name. So British Library. I've got my name of web page, which is quite simply the name of the article. As you know, when you go onto a website, you have multiple web pages per website. The name of web page is simply referring to the title of the page or the title of the article. The year, month and day, this is when the article was written. Usually you're going to find that date at the beginning or end of articles, and you can see here, if you have a look down at the example, it's actually saying that I need to write the month out in full. I've got numbers in there, so I'm going to change that to April. And then we need to fill in the year, month and day accessed. So these dates are the ones that I went on the website. So when you access articles, when you go on those websites, you need to make note of what the date is. So year for me is 2020. Month, I'm going to go with April. And day was the 12th. And then the URL is the link for that particular web page. Some of you might come onto this box and not have year, month and day accessed. If that's the case for you, you need to tick on Show All Bibliography Fields, and it will open up and give you loads more options, and you can see the ones that you need to fill in have the little star next to them. Lastly, you do need to double check again the example down at the bottom. So if I was doing a single digit date, I would not put a 0 in the front, and I don't need to put ST or TH for first or fourth and so on, just the numbers. Let's click on OK now. This source exists in your master list and current document. Do you want to update both? I'm going to click on yes. What that's telling me, I've got two lists here. One is the master list, and that's referring to all of the references I have across my whole computer. The current list is just for this essay. If I wanted to, if I'd read a book and used it for two different essays, for example, I could copy the reference from the master list over into the current list, and then I wouldn't have to write it all out twice. You can also see down at the bottom here, we've got an example of what it's going to look like in your bibliography. I'm going to click on Close, and we're going to put in our bibliography. So if we scroll down, I go to the conclusion, and then go to the Insert tab, and choose Page Break to give me a new page. Now that we've got a new page, you're going to click on the bibliography box, which is underneath Chicago. Choose the first one that comes up that says Bibliography, and there you go. There is your bibliography. Before we go and put some footnotes in, I'm going to add in a couple more references by again going to my Manage Sources box, and I'm just going to choose a couple that I can use for this demonstration. So now that I've got a few more references in there, I'm going to click on my bibliography and then click on Update Citations and Bibliography, and I have all of my references in my bibliography automatically in alphabetical order. Right, so let's go ahead and put a footnote into our document. I'm going to put my cursor just after the quotation marks. It would always go after the quotation marks or just after the full stop. I'm going to locate Insert Footnote on the References tab and click. And now you can see I have a little 1 at the end here, and that relates to the little 1 down at the end of the page. So to create your footnote, all I want you to do is copy and paste. I'm going to copy, or you can press Ctrl+C. And then next to my little number 1, I'm going to paste using merge formatting. If your merge formatting option doesn't come up when you right click, you can also go to Home, Paste, and it should be right there. So the reason you want to do that is to make sure that when it pastes it into the footnote area, it goes in with the correct size font and it doesn't double space it. If you don't have the merge formatting option, you will have to take out the double spacing by highlighting the footnote, going up here in the Home tab to line and paragraph spacing and change it to single spaced, and you'll have to change the font down to a 9-point font. Okay, so there you go. That is your first footnote. Very easy and straightforward. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated. I'm going to put in now a few more footnotes throughout my text. I'm just using the dummy EE as you can see, so I haven't really got a proper text as such. You can see I've just put in a little number 1, and what that's done is it's changed my original number 1 to a 2. Okay, so it does it automatically. And you can also see there when I hover over the number 2, it tells me what I've got in my footnote. So I'm just going to keep on putting some footnotes in so that I can give you this proper example. I'm going to copy over some more now. So I'm actually going to go with this one. Again, copy, and then I want merge formatting. So now that I've got 2 footnotes in there, I'm going to show you how it changes a little bit as you go through your essay. Now, the first time I refer to a source from my bibliography, I simply need to copy and paste the entire reference. The second time that I refer to the same source, I only need to copy the author name, the year, and the title of the article. Again, copy and paste. So again, I've got the author name, the year, and the title, this time of a book. We call the first time the long form reference because we've got the entire thing there. The second one is the short form reference because we've shortened it down. After you've used the short form reference at least once, if you refer to that same reference twice in a row, you can use the word IBID, which means as above. So you can see here with number 4 and number 5, I've written IBID because I'm referring to the same book twice. And then number 6, I'm referring once again to the British Library reference, and this time I don't use IBID because it's not exactly the same as the one above, but I can use the short form because I've already used the long form at least once. The last thing I need to do is put in page numbers for this book. So if I give myself a space and then a PG, I can add in my page numbers, full stop. I need to do that for every time I use a book, whether it's long form, short form, or IBID. And just to be aware as well of your formatting. So in this instance, I need to change it from italics. And there we go. So that is everything. You have your bibliography, you have your footnotes, and you know to put footnotes in either directly after the quote marks or after the full stop. If you do have any questions, if you are getting stuck at all, please do get in contact. That's what I'm here for. But otherwise, see how you get on, and I wish you the best of luck.